Guys, welcome back to Built Different. I'm going to do a full body workout for you. I'm going to do 5 exercises. Now, these exercises I'm going to do with this bench and with dumbbells. This is something you guys can do if you're traveling, you're on the road, and there's limited equipment. You can do it in your commercial gym. You can do it at home if you have these types of equipment. But it's a simple exercise that you can do in a giant set, or you can do them separate. But they're 5 exercises that are predominantly upper body related. People have asked me about upper body exercises to do, and this is something, I'm in the office gym, I'm gonna show you how to do them. You've seen some of the exercises, but not all in one shot. So I'm gonna go through them for you guys right now. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some dumbbell presses. We're gonna do incline dumbbell press. You guys have seen me do this before, straightforward incline dumbbell presses. And I'm kind of warmed up already. And again, with this exercise, I'm focusing on the movement, mind-muscle connection, the stretch down. I want to get at least 12 to 14 reps on this, and I want to do at least 4 sets at a minimum, especially if I'm going to be doing a full body workout. So in this instance, I'm going to do 4 sets of this particular exercise here, at least 12 to 14 reps. Now, I don't know how many I did there, guys, but for point of reference, you should be doing 12 to 14. From there, I'm going to jump up and I'm going to move the bench to semi-erect position, not fully, not at 90. Maybe it's about 70, 75, 80. I'm going to do dumbbell presses now with this. Shoulder dumbbell presses. And again, here, getting myself in the position. I'm not back here. I'm at an angle here. And I'm going to do 12 to 14 reps of this as well. All right, next, running right into the third exercise, guys. You're gonna be a little out of breath, but these are great things to do. I'm gonna do a bent over row. I'm gonna move this down to about, I don't know, 35, 40 degrees. I'm gonna grab a dumbbell and I'm gonna work my back now. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it from the angle, but I set my knee up basically here. I'm going to hang this weight down again at just a little bit parallel, probably about parallel with my shoulder. I'm going to have it down, and I'm not holding it like this. I'm not holding it like that. I'm kind of laying it. It's enough weight for me. It's only 15 pounds, but it's more or less parallel with my shoulder or going straight down with my shoulder. I'm going to bring it up just by my waist. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. So I'm not swinging it up like this. I'm bringing it back just about waistline. And as you can see, I'm kind of using my elbow as a hinge as I go back and forth. And as I pull up, you probably can see a little bit with my back as it contracts over here. Again, you can work this at different angles. You can bring it up closer, but I don't think you get as much of a stretch or you're efficient with the workout from a contraction perspective as if you bring it back a little bit. I think you get more action from your back if you work it a little bit on the lower side, and you can work more of the muscles. Again, 12 to 14 reps of this particular exercise. My right knee's bent a little bit. My left knee is resting on the bench along with my left arm as I do this exercise. And then I just put the weight here when I move over, and I do the same thing here. Get my foot about parallel with my shoulder, get the dumbbell to hang, move my right hand up, get it to hang a little bit on an angle, and again, I'm bringing it more or less closer to my waist level. It's up to my waist, letting it come down and up. I'm not going down like this. If you notice, I'm keeping myself in a somewhat of a erect position, a little bit parallel with bench. But again, as I bring it up, I'm controlling the weight to my waist. And again, 12 to 14 reps of this particular exercise as well. You got to really focus on that mind-muscle connection when you do back. It's very important because you're not even looking. You can't see yourself doing the exercise. You have to visualize it. But once you get that connection, you're going to really feel that pump. And you're not going to feel the pump as much if you try to bring it up shoulder level. You're going to bring in your delts. You don't want to do that. You want to really focus on your back. Think about your lower back more so than your upper back or your mid-back area when you bring it up to the waist level. So I don't know how many I did of that, but you want to go at least 12 to 14 of that. All right, so that's the third exercise. Fourth exercise we do is for arms. So we're going to do simple exercise, move this up a little bit, just maybe to about 70 degrees or so. I'm going to go light again. Let me just grab the 10s this time. I'm going to do simple bicep curls. I'm going to do incline bicep curls right now. So I'm going to go down like this. I'm going to keep my wrists out and open like this, a little bit inclined, and I'm going to bring them up. Just going to bring them back and forth in a controlled motion. I'm going to do 12 to 14 reps of this as well. Let it go down, get that stretch, and back up. Try and keep the contraction, guys, when you go down and up in a controlled fashion. And then we're going to move from this exercise, which is a pretty straightforward and simple exercise, to something that I used to do years ago when there was no weights around. Basically, I would put the bench all the way down like this, and I'm going to do it from this side so you guys can actually see what I'm trying to do. I'm going to do a tricep exercise. And with this, I'm basically going to use my own weight. I'm going to take my hands, kind of put them right on the side of my pockets of my butt here. As you can see, it's about here. It's probably a little bit inside of shoulder width. And I'm going to straddle my legs out a little bit. I'm going to go down, bend, and up. Down and up. And I'm going to kind of feel that stretch as I go down and up. And I'm going to try and maintain, again, that mind-muscle connection as I go back and forth with this exercise. But I'm actually using my weight as the impact on my triceps as I go down and up. And you can kind of feel a stretch when you're doing this, and the pump as well as you go back and forth. You may not be able to get 12 or 14 out of this, especially by the time you get to this fifth exercise. But it's a really good exercise to do to finish up as far as your arms are concerned in this whole giant set, so to speak. So these exercises, guys, as you can see, I'm out of breath. These exercises, 5 different exercises for your upper body, really simple exercises. There's so many more exercises we can go over and do, but I wanted to give you a basic of just a couple of different exercises you can do in a giant set. Now, if you do that one after the other, again, do 4 sets of that giant set of those 5 exercises. That's 20, right? So you'll end up doing 20 full upper body workout. Now, people will say, well, what about taking some breaks, when you should take a break here or there? I suggest after you do a giant set of those 4 exercises, those 5 exercises, you could take a little break. Take about, 60-second break or so, get yourself ready to go because you're going to go again. Now, the other thing you got to consider is the weight that you're using each time. So for each exercise that you do, be mindful. You don't want to get to a place where you're struggling to lift the weights. You want to get at a minimum 12 reps for each exercise that you're doing. So you have to be mindful of that as you go through it. That's going to force you guys not to go heavy. I would prefer you to finish the whole circuit with a lighter weight than try and go heavy and hurt yourself or get to a place in which you're struggling to move the weight and you can't get to the 10 or the 12. You're going to get the pump, and you're going to get that feeling of working out with the volume that you're doing with the different exercises. Because think about it, you're not solely working the chest, you're not solely working your bicep, you're not solely working your shoulder when you're doing these exercises. There are other body parts that are coming in. They're not coming in dominantly like the focused area you're working on, but they're coming in. So holistically, you're working your upper body. So think of it that way as well. Don't beat yourself up about it if you can't get to that 12th or that 13th rep, but think about the process as far as your holistic approach and trying to at least get the full circuit done. Again, if you can do 4, that's great. So 4 with 5 exercises is 20 at a minimum, 12 reps per exercise. And that's a hell of an exercise you guys did on an upper body in a small area over a period of time, right? So I hope you guys like this stuff. I have so much more in my head that I want to give you guys as part of the movement, as part of Built Different. There's so many different things that we can do together that I can share with you. You guys put in the comments if you like this stuff, if you want some other things we can do, different types of exercises, what may work, what may not work. I'm interested in getting your feedback as we build out this channel. Remember, like and subscribe. And remember, we are all built different.